Well, hello, General Hospital Daily Recap fans. Today's daily recap is for Wednesday, June the 19th, 2024. Wednesday, June the 19th. Well, I'm going to get to the good stuff first. The good stuff first. We have Alexis. Well, the best good stuff. And I want to say this. The actor who plays Mack, he's back. Today was his first day on screen. I was so happy to see Mack. Welcome back, Mack. And the elusive Bailey Lou, they aged her. My goodness, that girl has to be 4, probably 3, 3 years old. And she'll be in kindergarten next year. But it was good to see Bailey Lou. Um, not Felicia. Maxie was trying to get a hold of Felicia at the hospital. She kept letting everything go to voicemail because she's working. Felicia finally gets there when her shift is over, and she's like, "What was the 911 emergency? Everybody looks okay." And then Matt comes out the back room because he was putting little Bailey Lou down, and he and Felicia had the best hug and reunion kiss. I was actually happy to see that. Now, the next good thing, Diane comes to see Alexis. And she says, this was registered over to my office, and I'm bringing it to you. She goes, what is it? She goes, it's from the judicial board. And Alexis initially gets scared, and she goes, well, what does it say? Diane said, tampering with U.S. mail is a federal offense. You're going to have to open it yourself. So Alexis takes it, slaps it down on the desk, and says, okay, you know what? I'll do it another day. I'll look at that maybe tomorrow. And Diane says, oh no, we have waited long enough. I don't want to wait for another day. She goes, open it. She picks it up again, and Alexa goes, you want to know what's in it so bad? You open it. And Diane is like, look, it ain't nothing but a word, because once you get permission from somebody to open their mail, it's not a federal offense anymore. Diane opens the letter, but butchers it as she's opening it. My goodness, I thought she was going to tear the letter trying to open the envelope. That was kind of funny. So she turns and she's reading the letter, and Alexis is a nervous wreck behind her. She even picks up that good luck charm that Gregory gave her, and she's holding it with dear life, like almost like wishing on a star with it, right? So Diane turns around. She says, well, I have good news and I have bad news. What would you like first? And Alexis is like, oh, no. Okay, give me the good news. She says, well, the good news is the Judicial Committee vacated your disbarment. And Alexis was like, what? Oh my God. When she said that, I tell you, I got teary-eyed, right? And so she says, okay, but wait a minute. What's the bad news? And Diane walks around to her. She says, no, Alexis says, look, are you joking? Are you joking? Will you mess with me right now? Diane walks around to her end of the desk and I would never do that to you. So Alexis says, what's the bad news? She said there's a 2-year suspension. There was a 2-year suspension. You know, your license was suspended for 2 years, or is suspended for 2 years. And Alexis goes, oh, well, I've waited this long. You know, long as I know I'm going to have it back, 2 years isn't that bad. And Alexis says, yeah, but you know what? It was suspended 4 years ago, or it was revoked 4 years ago. You've already served your time. And she says, all you need to do is petition the bar to get your license, back in active standing, but you have to do your 48 hours of, continuing education, and you're back in business. And oh, they both start jumping around. It's over. They're hugging each other. And look, I wanted to reach through the screen and hug them myself. I was actually so happy for Alexis. And it is hard to believe it's been 4 years. 4. So anyway, that chapter is over just in enough time for her to get in the thick of Molly and Christina, right? That's going to be a nightmare. So Brooklyn and Chase came to see Alexis before Diane got there wanting advice, and she told him, look, you need to see a social worker. Get a good social worker and get some advice because, that's not her expertise. So Natalia had been texting Brooklyn to meet her at the Metro Court. She wanted to talk about that last session of Blaze, that last recording session. So Chase he tells Brooklyn, I know exactly who I'm going to go see. So Brooklyn was going to leave to go see Natalia. Chase was finding Stella, and he found Stella, and he was talking to Stella, and Stella tells him that it's hard. The courts are not going to make a ruling just because a parent, knocks a couple back hard, right? She says, you need to document right now. Just start documenting. Document any situations that you feel is putting the child in jeopardy. And Chase is like, so do you mean I should start building a case against my brother? And Stella says, you're a cop. You understand how important proper documentation and evidence is. She says, and also get statements and documentation from other people who are witnessing things that are questionable that you feel puts the child in jeopardy. So that's going to be interesting, how they're going to go about building that case. And the last thing was, I already talked about Mack was back. Cody still, over, do I want to tell him? Don't I tell him? Oh, it's too long. He takes James home, and that's where he finds out Mack is back, right? So he ends up deep in thought, and Tracy in the stables, they're making a real close relationship between those two. And he tells him, I know who my father is. I've lied to him. I didn't tell him I'm his son. He has no idea. But too much time has gone by. And Tracy said, Cody, let me tell you something. This is your story. And you can tell it or start it all over again whenever you want to. She really gave him the advice, just tell him. Bottom line, you're his son. So let's face it, Cody is 100% going to tell him. So now Natalia is at the pool waiting for Brooklyn, leaving her messages. Sonny brought Avery. See, Ava knows the mindset Sonny is in, but here, take her to the pool, do whatever. So Avery was having swimming lessons, and Jocelyn took her, to the swim coach. Gio was talking to him, just telling him how he really wanted to start paying his own way, and he really liked PCU, and they're offering him a full scholarship, and he thanks Sonny for all his help. But Natalia's talking to Sonny, and he was saying, she goes, your daughter really, I underestimated your daughter. And Sonny's like, how so? And she says, well, Blaze was having a horrible recording session, and Christina showed up, and it just changed everything. She knocked the song out the box. I mean, blah, blah, blah. And so Sonny said, see, well, you know what? That's the power when someone you care about. And so she goes, he goes, so how are you feeling about whatever? Because she made a statement about the relationship. He goes, how are you feeling about it? She says, well, I'm old school. And the island you mentioned, because he mentioned Puerto Rico earlier, we're old school. And I'm thinking, really? No, they have gays there too, Natalia. So she says, but, I'm trying to get used to it. I'm coming around, and I'm thinking, wait till Sonny hears what Ava recorded, because girl, you ain't coming around. You only said that because you're talking to Sonny. So anyway, she has to leave, but Brooklyn does finally show up, and Sonny gives Brooklyn the flash drive. And then they talk a little bit about Violet and how worried she is about Violet, and Sonny gave her some advice. But that's it, everybody. That's it for today's daily recap of General Hospital. Now let's go to comment corner. Comment corner. Okay, on comment corner, I'm going to go from the top down. From the top down, we have Lisa. Lisa says Cody and Sasha could have and should have had their first time in the boathouse. They were told that they couldn't do anything in the main house. I know they were trying to get to Cody's room, which is not in the main house, but they would have been fine in the boathouse. Sabrina was the name of the nurse that was murdered. Thank you, Lisa. Sabrina Santiago. That's right. That was murdered. Michael was going to propose to her the day she got murdered. I remember the day they murdered Sabrina. I didn't think they were going to do that. To me, that came like right out the blue that she was killed dead. Lisa says, like LaShunta said, Sam told Spinelli, we need to help Jason so Danny doesn't lose his father again. She used Jason and Danny's relationship to guilt Spinelli into hacking into the FBI's database. She just wanted to know what they had on Jason, and I believe that. Nosy Sam said she has to know everything and doesn't care who she blackmails and lies to get it. And then Lisa also says Sam is just wrong for trying to put Carly to deal with her problems. Danny has a right to see his father. Jason should take her to court and give visitations. Sam chooses to have Spinelli hack into the FBI to get into Jason's personal life. She puts Spinelli in the FBI's line of sight for something she was not asked to do. Now Jason is no good again. That girl has problems. I know. I didn't get it and didn't like it. Linda says, I never thought of this. What if it was Alex that was emailing Brennan? I still don't think Alex is dead. And Alex is someone that would talk with a criminal like Brennan, which is true. Anna never found her sister's body, and Alex plays dirty like that. I don't think it's Valentine that's the one that was emailing Brennan. I don't know. They do twists and turns. And I do know they bring up Alex when they want to, just like they decided they wanted to make Peter August Alex's son. The memories were implanted into Anna. Come on now. So stranger things have happened, right? Annette says, it's because Morgan is coming back for a while. I always wanted Morgan to come back. They never found his body. Annette says, Sam is on her high horse again. Richard says, another great review, daily recap lady. I love your description of Sam and Anna's hypocrisies. Dacia says, Carly should have slapped Sam in her face. If she tells Danny to stay away from her father, Sam will have a problem on her hands. Danny will resent her forever. She will have a problem, child, because she's already got one. And Jason had nothing to do with that. We don't know the effect that it played on Danny when he thought his father was dead. So I don't know. Sunny D says, while I'm trying to figure out who could Gio's father, who could be Gio's father, I thought he would have been in Bensonhurst approximately 20 years ago. The only one I could place there at that time was Dante, a young love, and maybe he wasn't told he was the father. Remember, they said Gio's father died in the military, right? So Gio always knew who the father was. He just died. Lottie says Sam would mess around and make Danny choose between her and Jason. Jacarly says Anna likes playing this game with Valentine. She says that she likes to outsmart him and play this game with him. She wants to win. Jason should have just let John believe what he wanted and walked away. And he said he was free. Well, he said you're free, but no, you're free after you get me this information. You're free. P. Merle says, yeah, some freedom, unless Jason gets the goods on Anna. Cardi's freedom is still threatened. Yep. What exact does Kate's do, or really exactly does Kate's do in this investigation? Nothing. Kate stands there. He looks stupid with his hand straight down at his side, saying, you get the evidence. Really? Okay, really. And Lottie says, I wish Jason would end up with Liz. Ooh, not me, Lottie. Jacarly says, it's funny because Morgan died because of Sam's family. That's what I said. One Aunt Ava switches medications. The other Aunt Olivia put a bomb in Julian, Sam's father's car, trying to kill him to get him out of the way for his betrayal. So really, it had nothing to do with the mob. Well, Olivia really wanted to take over Julian's, but Julian really didn't have any territory at that time. But she was trying to really gather forces, Olivia was. It was all related business, Sam's family. And it was Julian that put the bomb in the floating rib at the time she thought they were in there. Crystal says, that's why she doesn't. She didn't have anything to do with Julian, Ava, or Olivia. And then Linda says, say that. Yep, that's right. And then Ron says, Sam wants everything her way. She doesn't want that child to grow up and spend time with his father, but she is willing to sacrifice Spinelli for her so-called investigation. I know I don't like that at all. And then we have Patty says, oh, please scam McCall. She's got more turns than a Ferris wheel. That trick, don't know what she wants. I remember if you go back and watch clips from 2026 and 2027, and all the next level crap she did to hurt Elizabeth and Jake. First, she would tell Jason that you're not dangerous for Jake. Elizabeth just stole your son. She's just telling you that you're dangerous and is playing on your fears so she can get away with passing her child off as Lucky's. And the next time she said to him, next time she saw him, she would say, Jason, it was okay for me to hire 2 gunmen in the park to scare Elizabeth off because you're too dangerous. And I was protecting her from the real danger, which is you. That chick's gonna say any and whatever she needs to get her own way. Yep, that is definitely Sam. It was not about anything else. And you wait until she finds out that she was nothing more than a decoy the whole time. She's gonna go off like a nuclear bomb. You think Helena was bad? Watch. And then Sandy says, Sam is ridiculous. She has no problems living next door to Sonny, the head of the mob. She was totally out of line, or if there was something deeper, like the fact that she still loves Jason, he's hard to get over. When she brought up Morgan, the Carly I know would have slapped that mouth closed. Yeah, I was hoping that. Slapped her and pushed her in the pool. But, she owns a joint now. LaShunta says, Sam's salty because Jason left and she broke up with him. She got shot in his arms. He broke up with her. Anna was so dumb. Jason let her know he will handle Valentine out. Kate is a buffoon. He loves to threaten Carly. She should have left those men to beat his behind. You didn't say behind, though. I'm over Anna playing cat and mouse with Valentine. Anna burns me up. Anna, Laura, Sam is on my list. So she's okay with Valentine setting her up? Shaking my head. Valentine is too smart for Anna. Scott will do some strange. some strange for a little change. Wait, he will do some strange for a little change. Oh yeah, he will, for money. Lucy said Heather killed before the hip surgery. Well, in reality, it should have been before the hip surgery, but remember that's why they had Heather say she had hip surgery in her late 20s. So, you know, did she kill somebody before her 20s? I don't know. But anyway, that is it for Comment Corner. I will be back tomorrow with another daily recap of General Hospital.